Hi everyone, this is Iradian and this is a tutorial on phase plants audio rate modulation. So a lot of you probably know already about Seram's FM because FM from B is quite the meme at this point. Seram's been around for a while, so maybe you don't use Serum but use a frequency modulation synth like FM8 or Citrus, or you have like some kind of ring mod plugin you like using. Phase Plant can do most of that. It has 4 modulation options. One's phase modulation, which is pretty much the same as Seram's FM. Then you've got linear FM, which is a bit different. You have amplitude modulation, which is level on the left, and then semicent is exponential FM, and that's a really disorganized sounding, kind of messy FM. You'll hear what it sounds like because what I've done is I've set up a simple patch. It's a triangle wave being modulated by 2 saw wavetables, and I've got a little bit of extra stuff. So what I did is I wrote everything is going into a mix where I'm inverting the signal, and then what you can also do is you can route from basically anything into this aux utility, and that is also a green circle, which is like the audio rate modulation thing. Basically just routing whatever signal you have to the aux module. Then there are a few other things you can do that I forgot to set up in this patch, but quickly, you can basically modulate filter and distortion stuff, and you can use those things for modulating. See, basically anything with a green circle, that's audio rate modulation. And I suck at talking, I'm sorry. So, quick demonstration. Here you can see I'm using the distortion to modulate the filters, cutoff, and resonance. You can do that with anything else. So say I want to modulate the original wavetable, making it a bit weirder. We're gonna see how it sounds because I haven't tried it yet. So you can modulate the distortion drive, the filter, cutoff, and resonance. Most people don't really think about modulating those things, but with Phase Plant, that's something new you can do. It's open up to you now. And what I've done in this group is I've sent whatever's going on here into the sideband, and it's doing ring modulation, which is another kind of modulation. Amplitude modulation and ring modulation are a little bit different, but they are similar. They both modulate the volume just in different ways. So how does it sound? That's basically what I got. Now I'm gonna play through every kind of FM or audio rate modulation, and you can see how it sounds, starting with the shift, which is the linear FM. Then I've got the phase set up, and this is the phase modulation. It's a bit more controlled, or a bit less controlled, depending on how you look at it. I guess it sounds kind of like a dubstep scream. Kind of funny. Kind of funny how I said it sounded more controlled. Alright, next is semicent, and this is the exponential FM that sounds really messy, and I know this sounds messy because I've heard it. Kind of muddy. I still haven't figured out a good use for it yet besides making just really messy sounds, but there's that. And then you have level, which is the amplitude modulation. And that can accomplish some things as well. Now, I already went over how the filter and the distortion can modulate things, but you don't have to use a wavetable or an analog or whatever. You can also use samplers to modulate stuff with samples. So if I get this guitar sample out, I can modulate that I can modulate the distortion drive by the guitar sample, and I can also modulate stuff with noise, but usually what that does is it just makes stuff sound noisy. Let's see, what can I do? It's gonna make everything sound really noisy. So now the noise has imprinted itself onto the sound. It's really easy to get a very noisy sound out of modulating something by noise because that's just what noise is, right? Anyway, these four analog noise, sampler, and wavetable can modulate things in the system, so can distortion and filter effects. And you can also use the outputs to modulate stuff as well. So that includes mix, the auxiliary module. I guess we just call it aux. I just call it aux. And the outputs as well. So basically anything in the generator section can be used to modulate things. You can also use the envelope to control the volume of modulation. So if I've got like this thing, the sideband, what's going to happen is the sideband will start out with side chaining in the ring mod, but then it'll go to 0. I don't know how much that's going to change the sound though. Quite a bit, I guess. So it gives it that transient at the beginning. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's all I need to cover in this bit. Yeah, my mind just kind of went blank there. Sorry, I suck.